Time now for Coming In Hot with Brent Wallace, former Ottawa Senator Jason York, and Graeme Nichols.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Coming In Hot. Brent Wallace alongside Jason York and Graeme Nichols. As the gang is all here, the show brought to you by Bet365. Nice to see both of you gentlemen as we connect for the first time in a while.
Nice to see you, too. Welcome back.
Although Yorkie looks like it shed Wi-Fi. And
it shouldn't be. I'm at a beautiful hotel in Tampa. I don't know, how is a hotel so good, but the Wi-Fi is so crap?
You know what? It's like security cameras to me. Why is it that all security cameras look horrendous, and yet you can get a Ring doorbell that's like 4K? I don't understand. I don't understand.
Oh, there you go. A little bit better now.
A little better?
Don't move.
A little better. Yeah.
I can't move.
You just did. Yeah, whatever you did. Don't move.
They're gonna talk like a ventriloquist. Don't move more before it goes Wally.
Yeah, something like that, Yorkie. How was your 5-hour flight, by the way? Did you?
I think it was long. I think it was longer. You know what? The NHL. So I'm lucky enough to be on the charter with the team with the Flames. The old joke in hockey, right? They say the NHL, National Hockey League. It actually is the never hungry league. I can't believe how much the guys eat now. And that's why most coaches are big. You talk to coaches, most coaches that are bigger guys, it's because you eat like a player. And when you eat like a player and you're older, that's not good.
It's always the chocolates.
The chocolates.
It's all about portion control. It's like the fire station. It's like when guys retire, they lose like 20 pounds. It's just
but that's because at the fire hall, you guys are cooking like home cooked meals. You're
all the time,
doesn't have all the salt and sodium that you get in the restaurants, Graeme.
Yeah.
True fact.
But it's just portion control. Portion control at the fire hall is huge.
Portion control. But what about isn't there like, so you guys aren't snack guys at the fire hall? Nobody's bringing in cookies and
like some people bake and stuff. Like that's common. It's common for people to bake, but it's mostly like our station has 7 people in it all the time. So you're cooking for 7 guys twice a day, and you're making a lot of food. What you always want to have more food than not enough, right? So you always make it.
Was there a game yesterday? Was there a game yesterday or something? We're going to talk about baking in the fire hall. That's what we're going to talk about today.
That was the first sigh. Did he sigh yesterday when you guys were doing the show?
No, we had a great show.
That was the
Wally was comatose yesterday. He was still on Vienna time. He just got back. He had the toothpicks holding his eyes open. He was so tired.
Do you know what, Yorkie? I did an interview later in the day with Jody Shelley, and then did the post-game show last night.
Yeah. I like that broadcast. I like the Shane Knighty's great. Jody Shelley, great guys.
Yeah.
It's good. I don't know. What'd you guys think of the game yesterday?
Okay, wait, hold on. Before we get to that, there is just one final question.
What are we gonna do?
From Mr. Sanderson. I have a really important question for Graeme. Is there a fireman's pole in the station?
No, we're like a 1-story station in Canada, so we don't have. We forgot to. So yeah. Oh, I can tell you guys stories off air, but yeah. They've kind of like it's an insurance thing almost. It's like they don't want people sliding down the poles anymore. Yeah, it's just they don't want people.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. There was an incident like years ago where like I don't know, like the public came in, like there was like I don't know. There was like a station visit, and then one person's tried to slide down the pole, and they destroyed their ankle. So it's like, hey, let's not have members of the public go down fire poles, and it's just something.
Yeah, where's all the fun gone? Like, are they going to take?
No, York, we're moving on. It was just
hold on a second. You can't have a fire hall without a pole. Like that's like when you
have a Dalmatian too.
There's got to be a Dalmatian there, Wally. That's the name of. Didn't you see the cartoon while you were gone when we had the show on Fun Week? Graeme was there with his dog.
We're not supposed to have dogs in anymore either. It's one of those things.
No Dalmatian.
Well, no dogs. Just like allergies are huge, right? So like, all it takes is one person to complain about allergies, and it's like ruins it for everybody else.
No fun. No, I did the show last week.
A serious question here. Why is it that the Dalmatian is always hand in hand with firemen? Like, where did that start? AI. We need an AI answer.
I don't know.
There you go. I don't know.
We'll look at that later.
I don't know why the Dalmatian.
But seriously,
But the dog was like the original, like the siren, right? So it would bark on the way to a call, right? So to let people know, clear the streets, kind of thing. But I think that was the explanation that I had heard. But I don't even.
Is a Dalmatian one of the smarter breeds? I don't think so. You'd think like a German Shepherd.
I doubt it. And you never really see them anymore either. That's the other thing. It's very rare to see them.
Yeah.
You don't need AI for everything, Yorkie.
Okay, good. Let's get to. We can get to the game or get to Brady Tkachuk. Which would you like to do first? Because I believe Brady Tkachuk may very well be playing tomorrow against the Vegas Golden Knights.
Why Vegas?
You think so?
Why tomorrow?
So we talked to Joe Shelley yesterday, as I did, working more than you guys. And
whoa! I was at work.
You were making dinner.
You're patting the Dalmatian.
So Jody's like, he went to practice. Like I think he looks ready to play. He was taking face-offs. He said he took 20 ish on each side, left and right. He said, I think he looks ready to go now. And so Travis Green has alluded to this trip, or I guess possibly this week, which leads 2 games. And then we know that St. Louis is coming up. But I think if he can make it work, we may see Brady Tkachuk tomorrow.
Yeah, he said around American Thanksgiving.
Right.
Last time he was talking on his podcast, right? So makes sense. Day before. So
today is day 40 since his surgery. And so
6.5 weeks.
Well, try the math again. 5.5 weeks.
Yeah. Sorry, Brent.
Yeah, well, your math isn't nothing.
They're Vegas Wednesday, right? Vegas Wednesday?
Yeah.
Okay, there's the schedule. Vegas Wednesday. Oh, maybe it's homecoming in St. Louis.
I know.
Wally.
St. Louis. Yeah. St. Louis makes sense, but I think if he can play tomorrow, we see him. Because you know what? They don't do well in the old Sin City.
I could see that happening coming off a loss too, right? Give the team a jolt. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. Well, he's playing. He's going to play for sure. Otherwise, he wouldn't be on the trip. That's what I would think.
November 26th in Vegas. That's almost reminiscent of when Ullmark started playing well last year. It was around Vegas when he came back, right?
Yeah. Did we ever find out what exactly was wrong with Brady Tkachuk? What was the
thumb surgery?
The ligament.
It was thumb.
We had this discussion last year.
No, I know, torn ligament.
But it wasn't broke. Yeah, it wasn't broken.
Torn.
It was torn ligament.
Just a ligament.
Yeah,
which is probably worse than the break.
It is. Well, it depends on the break if you have to get it set and pins and all that stuff. But I'm trying to think, what hand is it again? Wally, bottom or top?
It's his right hand.
It's his right, so that's his top hand.
Top hand. So that's what you need your strength with. Yeah, I don't think it's out of the question that he plays against Vegas. But yeah, what would have been nice to have him in the lineup last year. They needed somebody that could just. Yeah. The toughest thing with playing against LA, man, they protect the middle of the ice well. Kenny Holland, the general manager there, loves Big D. You got Edmondson back there. That's one of the reasons they brought it, because everyone's like, why did they bring in Cody Ceci and why did they get rid of Jordan Spence? Because Kenny Holland likes trees back there. He likes guys that are big, box out, don't let you to the middle of the ice. But LA does a really nice job of that. And I thought Ottawa did too last night for the most part. That was a game where both teams did really well protecting the middle of the ice.
I said this after the first LA game, but to me it's reminiscent of the postseason last year against Toronto, where it's just like you're fighting for every inch in the middle of the ice, and it's every rush, every possession in the offensive zone matters. And I know everyone's talking about how boring the series is, or the 2 games have been, but to me it's just well structured, well played hockey. And it feels like every possession matters, every rush matters. There's a heightened sense of urgency with each shot. It might not be the most entertaining in terms of goal scored and production and stuff, but to me, it's still I really enjoy watching this kind of hockey.
And I hate shitty ice. I hate shitty ice as a player. I hate shitty ice as a commentator. Ice wasn't good. The one goal, Batherson goes to pick off the pass, and it's like a little rock skimming across the lake, bounces over his stick. The winning goal as well, Brian Clark, Ottawa's Brian Clark, that was lucky bounce off Zub's leg. And I love Zuby, But if you're going to block it, you better block it, because if it gets through, bad things happen. That's the cardinal rule of a defenseman. If you step out to block a shot, you have to block it, because if it gets through, bad things usually happen. But hey, it was a bounce. I read Travis's comments after the game we lost because of bounces, and I agree with them. They got both goals were lucky bounces, both of them.
I don't think they got outplayed. Graham, to your point, I don't mind 1-0 hockey games. I watched a lot of Buffalo, Ottawa back in the early 2000s, which were fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't one of them. This is just you can't get to the middle of the ice. Everything's along the boards.
Yep.
Scoring chances are low. Shots are low. I appreciate trying to win the game with all your defensive structure involved. I just want to see some goals. I just want to see some chances. And I feel like
Ottawa got their chances though. Like early on, like the first half of the first period, Ottawa was taken to them. They were in control, and then LA kind of took over in the first half, or in the second half of that first period, and then it was kind of even Steven after that. But I thought like Levy played really well. I thought his performance was really encouraging. The Senators are getting some great goaltending of late from both guys, but like Timmy, I thought was doing some great things on the ice. It's just like it just wasn't producing. It just wasn't manifesting in goals. Like there was a lot of good work being done. It's just they just didn't bury their chances when they had them.
Do you know
scoring chances? I'd like to know what the chances were in that game.
I can tell you quickly. I got natural stature. High danger was 6-4 in favor of the Kings. Scoring chances were 17-20 overall, 5-on-5
That seems really high to me.
Do you know? Wally, it does. Yeah. You mentioned this before we got on about people all upset about the refs and the penalties, and listen, the officials aren't trying to screw anybody. I'll tell you that. But I will say this: I don't know when this happened in the NHL. I'm going to go back to the game. I don't know, a couple games ago, when Amadio, my boy Amadio, lifted the guy's stick too hard and the stick went flying in the air.
Yeah,
like that
San Jose game. I feel like
So I'll tell you guys a story. You in the NHL, it's an unwritten rule that if you get your stick, I don't know when this changed, knocked out of your hand by somebody, like he shouldn't be in the league. Like I can't believe they called that penalty because Amadio lifted the guy's stick too hard and went flying in the ice. Like I used to do a drill with my kids when they were when I was coaching Adam. I used to go around before practice, and I'd make sure the kids were holding their sticks too tight, and I'd try to knock the sticks out of their hand. I'd probably get suspended as a coach now for being too hard on the kids, but that's how I used to try and teach kids. I'm like, you got to hold your stick. You got to hold your stick. I'd go around, and before we started every practice, I would knock the sticks, try and knock them out of the hand. Then the kids would learn. When did the NHL start having guys get their sticks knocked out of their hands? And the ref calls a penalty.
Yeah, that's because you used a tree log and it was just heavy in your hand. Now you can barely feel it.
It's ridiculous. Even and whatever the refs for the most part do a great job, but I hated that tripping call last night. Again, your stick just grazes a guy's blade and he goes down. You're in the NHL. If your stick's on the ice and a guy steps on it, that's not your fault. Like I hate the ticky-tacky calls.
But that's the frustrating part, right?
But hey,
it's the consistency, right? Like Timmy stick handles his way through two guys, gets a partial break in the offensive zone, gets hauled down, no call, mitigates a scoring chance, still gets like a weak backhander that almost goes 5-hole on Kemper. But like it's the consistency. It's like you just need to make sure that it's kind of even for both teams, because if you call ticky-tack stuff one way and there's egregious stuff that goes the other way, that's when people get frustrated.
But if they see just guys, hang on for. There's a ton of guys asking about the Halliday hit. We'll get to that in a sec. It wasn't that bad a game. Like there are calls missed every game. It just depends on what the ref sees. Just like we see it from above on a 200-foot wide screen, they see it completely different because the game is ridiculously fast.
Exactly. It's the toughest game.
I don't think the officiating was a big deal last night at all.
No. My point is, I'm just in my head. I'm like, this is the NHL. Like that play with Amadio, I'm like, you lifted the guy's stick, and the guy's like holding his stick like he's like he shouldn't be in the league. Like it doesn't. He's
got too heavy of a stick, Yorkie. Too heavy of a stick. Too strong.
Oh god. Yeah. Anyways,
what do you think?
Speaking of Amadio, what do you think about the nickname Pebble?
I saw that, Graham. I didn't. I think you're better than that.
What? Little Stone?
I think you're better than that. I think you're better than that. Little Stone. I do like the thoughtfulness behind it, and it's the whole thing there. Yeah, Mark Stone. He's a little stone. Pebble. Hey, Pebble. How you doing, Pebble?
See, I only think of the
Isn't
Flintstones when that happens.
Isn't Pebbles the baby in the Flintstones, Wally?
Yes. Yeah. So it's got to be like Boulder, or
Boulder? No, that's a big stone.
I understand. Well, maybe he's a big time player. We'll get around to. Okay, go back to the Halliday thing for a sec. The Halliday hit to me was a completely fine hit. One, because he knows he's coming. Two, the way he doesn't protect himself and being hit, and that's the problem for him. You're gonna go, he's victim shaming, but I'm telling you right now, there shouldn't have been the whiplash he had in that hit. He knew he was coming. It's the same thing why no one got excited when Hayden Hodgson had almost the same kind of hit. There's no one today going, where's the Hayden Hodgson penalty?
Yeah, I agree, Wally. You gotta be aware on the ice. That's another thing.
It's not about the numbers. Like, I understand the numbers, but if you are engaged, it's never about the direct numbers in the back anymore.
Well, like those hits happen. Those hits happen like 60 times a game. It's just his head, unfortunately, just kind of went forward a little bit, and it just bumped his face off. But yeah, I mean there's that kind of contact like 60, 70 times a game during puck battles. And it's just an unfortunate consequence. But
do you know what I was really impressed with? And you mentioned it, Graeme. Wally and I talked about Stützle the other day about what he's doing, and I think he's playing like a star right now, like a superstar. He didn't get a point on that one goal in the game, but the work he did in the neutral zone and then getting into the offensive zone, like he had 3 LA Kings all over him, and his elusiveness in tight quarters, the turning, like they made it really tough on him in that game. Philip Deneau is a great checker.
Yep.
What's his name there? The centerman there, Quentin Byfield. Again, they got big
guys who can skate.
Kopitar, like down the middle. Yeah, they got big guys that lean on you all game long. But I thought Timmy handled himself. He didn't get any points, but I still thought he was effective in that game.
I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was hilarious in the second period intermission where Andy Petrillo's talking to him and she's like, the Kings are all over you. And you can see his face go like, scrunches up. Like he's thinking like she's referring to the teams like taking to the Senators. He was just referencing the fact that they're draped all over him in the neutral zone. He sometimes when you ask Timmy questions, he assumes you're trying to get something. You're trying to get more information.
Trying to get me.
A subtle dig. Yeah, you're trying to trick him into saying something negative. So you can see his face contort, and then you realize what you was asking, and then it was funny.
Trying to interview players in the intermissions was always my least favorite thing, because you just you just come off the ice, you're all the emotion, all that stuff. And something may have happened just as you come off the ice, and now you need to try and think, how am I going to answer these questions when you want no part of it? That's always the challenge of those. I hated intermission interviews, and they give you nothing.
There's do you know who's a great interview right now in the league, Wally? Calgary's backup goalie. I don't know if you guys heard his quotes the other day. It was so funny. He got interviewed after the game, and they're like, "What are you doing? What's your mindset? How are you staying calm?" He's like, "I just tell myself nothing else matters, and we're all going to die one day."
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, definitely fantastic.
It was a moment of total honesty, and then people are like, "Oh, okay, that's a good way of looking at things."
There are lots of good interviews now.
So much enthusiasm, and he's got so much energy. Yeah.
Schaefer's fantastic. He's fantastic.
Celebrini. There's a lot of good fun. And that would I always say, like, Shane Pinto would be right in there.
He's great. Pinto's great. Hey, did we have this chat last week, Wally? Where are we right now? Because I know we're going to get closer to the Olympic break, and we're going to start talking about it and leading up to that. Are you guys? We talked about this before, but you guys still Bedard, Celebrini?
So I have to go through the roster and decide where they play. It's easy to say, well, we'll just put everybody on the roster, but
you can't do that.
So that's why I'm not sure. Macklin Celebrini just makes shit happen. So I think you got to find a spot for him, but I'm not sure if there's enough room for Connor Bedard, and I mean that sincerely.
He's playing so well. But I'll tell you one thing, because for those guys to be on, you got to take guys off. One guy I am not taking off this team, and he got off to a great start. got hurt. I'm not taking Mark Stone off the team. Captain.
He might have to take himself off the team.
No, he's on my team. He's on my team because guys like that in tight games, when you play on the wall, you need to play on the boards. Yeah, he's always going to make the big play for you, and he's so smart defensively. People forget about that. Everyone gets all caught up. Oh, points, goals, leading scorers. Yeah, you've already got guys like that. You've got McKinnon, you've got Crosby, you've got some of the best players in the world. You can't have all skilled guys. You need those guys that are just winners.
I have an answer for you. If Mark Stone can't play, who had 13 points in the 6 games before being hurt.
Yeah.
Michael Amadio. Pebble.
Oh, I'd have no problem bringing
catching on. Nice.
I'd have no. You know what? He wouldn't. I know one thing. I know one thing. If I put him on the ice, he's not going to let me down. But he's not making. As much as I like him. I trust him though. Get on there and give me a shift. He would go out there, maybe steal a puck here or there, but no. Stone to me. He got off to a great start. He's hurt. He'll be back. He'll be back after Christmas.
I think if guys are coming off the roster to make room for celebrating Bedard, it's going to be guys like Sorelli or Konechny.
What about Tom Wilson?
Tom Wilson, I think, is like that unique, different, stylistic kind of player. Brings elements that you probably want and need. You can make an argument for him, for sure.
Are they playing on big ice or small ice?
No, it's NHL. NHL.
It's NHL ice, yeah.
Or wasn't there something weird about the ice? It was going to be like a little bit smaller or something. It wasn't going to be like 200 by 80. It's going to be 5 feet shorter.
Oh, yeah. Shrink the rink even more. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Like I don't understand you would have been given the dimensions. I don't understand how this is even taking place at the moment. I don't know why it's such a mess.
Yorkie, I know like all the ice surfaces are standardized, but like in the old days, like 80s, 90s, early before, like all the rinks were kind of different. They had all their like small intricacies and stuff. Would you prefer it like baseball, where like you could build a team to your home rink, like you can customize what you want, make it a little bit smaller, or do like weird different angles on the boards and stuff like that?
Do it like the Ottawa Civic Center there. Make the square corners so when you dump it in, it always bounces in front of the net. I do like the nostalgia and the differences in the old arenas. Like even the old Odd in Buffalo, you'd go in there; it was a little smaller.
Yep.
That one guy behind the boards and the end boards kicking it as the puck comes around, so the puck would kick out. Yeah.
Yeah, Maple Leaf Gardens, the old Maple Leaf Gardens, you had like a fan sitting beside you on the bench, like just sitting there. But if you were the D and the backup goalie, you basically had a guy who was kind of on the bench with you. Some Leaf fan sitting beside you. See, like you go over there if you want a little popcorn. Maybe you're not playing much, have a little popcorn. Goalie would, hey, can you get me a hot dog? But it's never going to be like that. But there's something to be said about that, eh, Wally? The old way it used to be done, the old Spectrum, the Boston Garden. But
I don't know how you do it. Like,
the old Joe Louis Arena was fantastic.
Yeah, like I don't mind the small. I love the differences because that's what makes home ice advantage so much better. Mm-hmm. It's like ballparks, right? They're allowed to have these different dimensions and whatever. But how do you make that a reality in today's NHL, TVD, like all the seating, all that stuff? Anyway.
I swear at Pittsburgh, the old Igloo, you get your skates dull in that change room. It was one of those change rooms. Listen, NHL locker room for the visiting team. It's that like little plastic floor that they tell you it doesn't dull your skates, but you don't believe them. You know that old floor they used to have in the old dressing room? That's what they had for the visitors. So you're walking around on your tippy toes.
The Igloo was awful.
Terrible.
I thought it was great in that movie Sudden Death.
Oh, Jean-Claude Van Damme?
Jean-Claude Van Damme, yeah.
There was in Pittsburgh, there at the Igloo, the visiting team, which is the infamous now Andy Sutton, you're an expert rant, is you had one, it's just mesh lockers above you like it's a high school, and it's just a bench. And then one of the guys would have to sit in front of behind the door. So if you open the door too quick, you're getting schmucked. Like there was no room. The Islanders was bad too. I remember the Islanders being really bad. But anyway, I will say the Mellon Arena was fun to be in.
The Mellon Arena. And we can't forget the old Chicago Stadium, the acoustics in that building, the anthems, and the visiting room.
Right?
The visiting room would be down below, and you'd walk up these stairs up to the ice. Just really cool. It's like, man, I'm in the NHL now. Like this is Now everything's cookie cutter. It's just cookie cutter. Cookie cutter, make a cookie, everything's the same. But I guess when you're building these state-of-the-art rinks, that's where it's got to be.
Right on. Jake, we're going to do some ad reads. Shoeless Joe's. Daily deals you don't want to miss. Burgers, wings, cold beer, great prices. No fluff, just big flavor 5 nights a week. This week at Shoeless, you got Wings Tuesday, which was, Wings Tuesday. Crispy saucy at only $10. Bring your appetite. Big Burger Energy Wednesday. Massive Burger starting at $10. Enough said. Thursday night, you have half price wine and $10 flatbreads. Perfect for date night or for catching up. Caesar Sundays, shake up your Sunday with $6 Caesars. And you also have your game day bud deals. If a Canadian team is on the screen, you have $9 buds all day long. Shoeless Joe's, where daily deals meet big flavor and good times on repeat in Kentville and Orleans. And we will be there on December 2nd for that away game against the Canadians. So come and check us out.
And thanks to BI, the heavy civil general contractors. Give them a call. They can help you out with equipment rentals, topsoil, custom crushing, screening, hot mix paving, aggregate. You can reach them at 613-432-1120 or online at PonisherExcavating.com. So when you're planning that next project, please consider BI for all your aggregate supply needs.
613-432-1120. Please slow down construction zones. It's okay, Yorkie. I'll finish it.
People aren't deaf. I already gave them the phone number.
I believe if you check the tape, you will find out you didn't.
I did. Go back to the tape, Jake.
More to come, but back to goaltending. I thought Levi Marilainen was really good last night, which I think he's been really good lately. In fact, I think both guys, despite whatever we think of numbers, I've been like Linus Ullmark is 3-0-2 in his last 5 road games, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's lost once in regulation in like the last 8 games. These guys have been they've been pulling their weight, if you will. I like the way that this team is heading defensively. It's certainly changed a lot since those first 6 games of the season.
Yeah, so I was looking at the numbers before. So Ottawa lost multi-goal games. Like their first 3 of the first 4 games, they lost by more than 1 goal, and that's only happened once since like October 15th. They lost to Buffalo, and then since that time they're like 10-4-4. All their losses are like by 1 goal. So it's like they're playing really, really well defensively. All the games are tight. They're losing in overtime. Lots of wins in regulation. It's encouraging. It's really, really encouraging. And then, as you mentioned, Wally, like the goaltending has gotten better, and you get Brady back. If you can maintain all those things, like you're laughing. You're in a good position, and they've done what they've had to do with Brady out of the lineup. We were hoping for a 500 record by the time he got back, and they've been above that. So it's all you can ask for.
Yeah, both guys are giving them a chance every night, and that's what you want from your starting goaltender. Just make the saves, give us a chance to win, and I think for the most part, they've been doing that every game. They had zero complaints as far as what I can see about both guys. Ullmark's really picked it up, and everybody was nervous about. Remember the beginning of the Marilainen, and oh my God, they're making a mistake. We need a veteran.
Well, they kept sending him down. Go find your game.
Well, it obviously worked. He found it, didn't he?
I don't think that's what you want to do with your backup. I will argue this point till the end of time. This
Would
was not scheduled.
Would he have found it anyways if he just stayed up here?
Yeah, I think he would.
So since coming back, he is at 5-on-5. He's got a .914 save percentage. He's doing well. He's doing. How
could you be complaining about him going down? He's playing well now. He's a young guy. He needed something needed to change. Go down there a little bit, get some work in, come back, playing much better now.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
And that was it. Like I talked to Justin Peters before the road trip, and like he mentioned that it wasn't about performance necessarily, right? I know like he wasn't great in the in the preseason. He wasn't good in his first game. Lots of bad bounces, lots of fluky breaks, but like there was a point in the schedule where they could afford to give him some games and some reps just to get him comfortable and get him back to where he needs to be. And it doesn't suck that he got sent down. Yes. Is he making less money when he goes down to Belleville? Yes. But his contract afforded them the flexibility to be able to do that. And that's what happened. And he came back and it's working well. So it's hard to complain about them getting sent down or him getting sent down because the results have been there since he came back. So
a little bit of a scare, little bit of it's kind of scary too when you're up in the NHL. You had the summer, you're the backup, and all of a sudden, for whatever they tell you, but once you're back in the AHL, like shit, this is not the NHL. No private chef in this dressing room. Where's my smoothie? It's like Like, I better start figuring it out here because I don't want to be here. I want to get back to the NHL. Life is much better up there. So, hey, that's a little bit of a wake up call too. And I'm not saying that's why it was done, but as a player, it's a lot different when you're down there. Number one, the paycheck, but just how you're treated. Like it's just a little quick reminder that, hey, I better find my game here because I don't want to be back here.
And I mean, like, it's also the team structure too, right? Like through the first, I don't know, several games, it felt like Ottawa's structure wasn't where it needed to be. You talk about like carrying momentum from the end of last season to this season, and it didn't happen seamlessly, right? Like it takes a while to just get the wheels going and start playing at the level that they were playing towards the end of the season last year. It's just, it wasn't seamless. And now it seems like they're chugging on all cylinders, and they're finally starting to get the saves too to match it. So we'll see where they go from here.
Well, where they go from here is Vegas on Wednesday. So let's have a chat right now about how that game may play out. This show is brought to you by Bet365, the proud presenting sponsor. Whatever your bet is, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Download the app, get in on the game, use code NATION. Must be 19 or older, Ontario only. Please play responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, visit connectsontario.ca. By the way, only one game in the NHL tonight. The Edmonton Oilers, who I can't figure out what they are at the moment, taking on the Dallas Stars. Interesting game. We'll see if Dallas can go into Edmonton and pull out a victory, but Edmonton favored to win this one.
Got to give a shout out to Connor Clattenburg, one of my colleagues' kids from Ottawa.
Yes, I texted the family when I saw that he got the call up to play. They're super excited. He's a former Ottawa Valley Titan, for those who don't know, and Claddy, as he's known, has put in a ton of work to get to where he is. So excited to see him playing the National Hockey League. Horrible number, wearing 64, I think it is.
I think that's like a Jason Bonsignor number. There's only like a couple. I think there's only like a couple guys in Edmonton who've worn that. So
we'll see what he gets it changed to if he ever gets to stick. But he's a miserable player to play against. He's like a fire hydrant, if you will. Anyway, I like to see if he's going to stick around. He's a fun player. Anyway, he's worked his ass off, so good for him.
Yeah, no, well, that's what happens. When a team like the Oilers isn't playing expectations, they try and make little tweaks here and there. That's how you get opportunities, and it's up to you as a player to see what you can do with it. Yeah, former Renfrew Wolf Wally, eh?
Yeah, well, my kid and him used to skate together, so I know Connor.
Yeah?
Yeah, so, and his mom and I sat on the board of the Titans together, so they're just a good family.
Great salad, and as anyone that's watching, click on Hockey DB, and you got to see his salad on his picture there. It looks menacing, like he does. He looks miserable in his picture. While I don't want to screw around with this guy.
No, and he doesn't mind dropping the gloves and having his way. Like he's a fun player to watch play. A lot of energy.
Yeah, oh, that's good. That's good. Hopefully, he does well.
All right, so moving on to the Vegas game. The numbers aren't great for Ottawa. So Ottawa has won once in regulation. Actually, once at period. Hang on, Jake. Once at all in Vegas. Outside of that, they have struggled to win in the old T-Mobile Arena. Here is the roster of the night they won in Vegas. Alex Burrows scored the game-winning goal on March 2nd, 2018. Jimmy O'Brien is in the roster. He's in the lineup. Tom Pyatt, Max McCormick, like Frederick Kleisten, Cody Ceci, and Mark Stone, both playing for Ottawa, and Matt Duchene for that matter. They're on other teams. Like,
what a bad blue line.
Just like
oh man.
Bobby had himself a night 1 and 2, 16:05 worth of minutes there.
Yeah,
that's the last March 2018. Wow.
Yeah. In fairness, they should have won last year. They just didn't get the saves.
Yeah. You would think in Vegas, you're motivated. Like we're going in, especially if you're staying over after. I think they're flying out right after though.
So. This is a 5-4 game, and since then they are 4-2. Not ideal. So we'll see how this game goes. But if Brady comes back, maybe it's the lift they need.
There's a Magnus PRV sighting on that roster. That guy should have. That guy should have been way better. I remember watching him when he was first round pick for the Edmonton Oilers.
Yes.
And I'm like, this guy's going to be a stud. And then kind of got swapped around the league a little bit. I don't know, yeah.
Not the biggest of guys, but yeah, kind of like fire hydrant-y, right?
He's kind of like Fabian Zetterlund to me.
You're anti.
No. He's built that way. He's a little bit smaller. But he's strong, and you just keep wanting more from him.
Is this the segue into Fabian Zetterlund being on a 2-game goal streak?
No, but
Wally won't even mention that. He won't even bring that up.
Why do I have to be you guys are allowed?
I thought you were steering the ship on this show. Like, guys got 2 and 2. You guys got 2 and 2, and you just won't bring them. You won't bring them up. You won't bring them up.
Listen,
I had to bring him up yesterday, Graham. I'm like, that's a great shot, Zetterlund. I saw that release, and I said, well, maybe this gets him going. He had that one wrist shot, and then he scores in the second goal. It's like just crickets from Wally. He just doesn't want to give him any love.
Hey, listen, you guys are allowed to have your own thoughts and say what you want. Feel free.
What are your thoughts?
Hey, listen, he's finally producing. So I'm all for it. Like, I've been waiting for him to do this now for 20 games. Well, if you go back to last year, it feels like forever. But he's got to be more consistent.
Yeah. He's been working with Alfie on his shots, like doing different things, changing angles, hand positioning, everything, skating. Right? Like, he's been doing a lot of things. And I don't know, like, just watching him play, it seems like he's like beyond just the recent production. Like, it just seems like he's doing more. He's doing more off the puck. He's doing more stuff and being more engaged in battles, winning more battles, doing the little things that can help his line have sustained zone time, sustained success. And he's given, I find he's just generating more chances right now. And it's nice to see the puck finally start going in. But, for a guy who's renowned for his shot and for putting it in the net, it's finally nice to see him score a goal. Like, to me, it seems like in the past, like, his goals have mostly been like jam plays, kind of similar to like last night, right, where he gets the goal up front. Mm-hmm. But like to see him beat a goalie clean like he did the other night in San Jose, like that's what I thought Ottawa was getting when they acquired him. It's just the guy who has that release, who can get rid of it and shelf it and get it past goalies.
That's tough to do it in today's game. Beat goalies from distance with your shot. Not many guys can do it. That wrist shot was placed perfectly though. That's where a lot of people will say when you're going top corner. This is where kids always make the mistake. Well, they usually miss the net, but they always try and go right over the glove. The goalie's going to get that. You got to go between the glove.
Yeah,
you got to go at the shoulder because most goalies are going down the butterfly, and that's the spot to get him. It was a perfectly placed shot, but yeah, no, it's. I agree, Graham. I think he's playing well. He's never won that's so late. Like some guys that are supposed to be goal scorers, and I think that's kind of the trap he got into at the beginning of the season. He was doing too much waiting. He was trying to go to soft spots, trying to get open when he was playing with Zetterlund. Like he's probably thinking in his head, "Well, I got to score." So I got to get open. Yeah. Well, that's not your game. Like, you got to hound pucks. You got to be first on the forecheck. You got to disrupt, and you'll get chances by playing that way. So, will he keep it up? I don't know. But hey, listen, he's got 2 and 2. I love his work ethic. He doesn't cheat the game. He's playing the right way. We'll see. The one thing about his shot, he does have a heavy shot. Sometimes I find he takes a while to load it though. Like it's for like. If you look at the real good natural goal scorers, it's off their stick so quick, and they don't give the goaltender much time to set up. And that one off the rush, he shot a little quicker. But I think if I was him, and if I was to give him, not that I'm a goal scorer, just get it off a little quicker. It's heavy enough. Like you don't always have to put every little last ounce of power into it. Just get it off quicker.
Mm-hmm. Listen, Sergei Fedorov would argue that you're not a goal scorer. So
he set me up for one.
See, that's it.
What's I was hoping to ask you guys. Dylan Cozens to me has been exceptional in the last handful of games, and we've talked about his power play production, his one timer, and everything else. But like at 5-on-5, his numbers were kind of languishing, and it seems like in the last couple of games, he's changed that. It's almost like the polar opposite. They're generating a ton of chances. It seems like he's playing at a higher level. Have you guys noticed anything when he's on?
Yep. But go ahead, Yorkie.
Dylan Cozens?
Yeah,
I liked his game. I the thing I like about him, Graham, I like how he carries the puck through the neutral zone. Mm-hmm. Like And that's really tough to do, especially against teams like the Kings, where they just clog it up so much. Because like Timmy just does it, and he makes it look easy, but it is so tough in today's game to bring that puck and carry it to the neutral zone. I think Cozens is perhaps the second best guy in the team at doing that as far as the forwards go. Sanderson's terrific at doing it as well. But yeah, I've been impressed. He's he's playing on a line too, where he doesn't have Batherson anymore. Batherson's playing with Stützle, and they had that nice chemistry last year. So it's different line mates for him. He's got Zetterlund on the one side, and who's on the other wing right now?
They had Greig for a little bit, but
yeah, so he lost. That's right, he lost Greig for a bit. So it's kind of a tough position, right, where you're kind of different guys, and it's more of a working line. Like
they're great on the forecheck.
Yeah, no, they're really good.
So full marks for Dylan Cozens. I think he's been fantastic lately, as you said.
Yeah.
Here's the question. Go ahead.
Great attitude too, Wally? Like you can just tell since coming to Ottawa from Buffalo, it's like a boulder has been lifted off him. Like he seems to be really enjoying playing hockey, and it's
fun to win.
It's fun to win, but that's just a guy that badly needed a change of scenario, and he's playing the way he can now. And I don't think he's ever going to be. I don't know if he's ever going to be a 35 goal scorer again, but I don't care. Like he brings you so much more within his game. If he's like in the 20s, I'm fine with that.
See, I think with the right line mates, he is.
Well, you got to be. Yeah, sure. Put him on the wing with Stützle. He'll get you 35. But he's trapped in the other.
Even, like, can he do it with Drake Batherson as a setup guy?
Yeah, perhaps. But I love the chemistry with Batherson and Stützle right now. I'm not breaking those two up.
Yeah. Okay, so Jay, can you throw up the lines? I have a question. By the way, I just saw something about Ridly Greig. There's no update on Ridly Greig, so I don't know what to tell you about him. As you know, injury updates are they're a closely guarded secret. So, if Brady Tkachuk comes back tomorrow, well, let's even say the St. Louis game. What do you do?
Slide Eller down.
Well, so
it's an easy one.
So, does Perron move down and play with Cozens, and then Eller moves down as a fourth line player? Is he moved back to the middle? And I'm going to, regardless of whether Greig is back or not, where does David Perron go? Does he just go back to the second line?
Would you stagger the talent a little bit? Like, would you want Brady on a line with Cozens and Zetterlund, maybe? Just to stagger. Like, Stützle is clicking right now with Batherson. Perron's doing all this stuff. Like, Perron's not Brady. He never will be. But, like, he does a lot of good work along the wall, wins battles, sustains zone time in the offensive zone. I don't know. I like, you can work Brady in slowly and just put him on the second line there. The nominal second line. And then you give
the second line.
No, but I would slide Eller down to fourth line center and then put Brady with Cozens and Zetterlund, because then you're just spreading out the talent just for matchups early on anyways, because the Pinto line's clicking, the Timmy's line's clicking. It's just, if you can add an element to that Cozens Zetterlund line, you might have something cooking.
So clearly Eller will go back to a spot when Ridly Greig is healthy. Where is Ridly Greig playing?
So for me, easy answer. I'm not. Brady is playing with Tim Stützle when he gets back. He's going right back in his spot. And David Perron I like how he plays with Cozens. He played really well with him last year when Batherson on that one side. And that'll continue at the identity of that line. Working class line with a little bit of skill there with Perron, Cozens, and Zetterlund. Yeah, Eller was signed to be the fourth line center on this team, and a fourth line that can play all the time. Like, look at the lineup right now. That fourth line, yes, Holiday and those guys are playing roughly 5 to 8 minutes a game. Like, you can't play in this league consistently over time and only play your fourth line that much. So by putting Eller down there, they're going to get expanded minutes. It's going to make Cozens better. I like Hodgson. That guy's
those guys have been playing well. Yep.
Yeah, he's been playing well. But
Hayden Hodgson played 5 minutes last night, or a little over 5, whatever.
Yeah,
he was noticeable. I think he was noticeable every second he was on the ice. I thought he played fantastic.
He's hungry. So, Wally, for Ridly Greig, what am I doing with Ridly Greig? I'll answer that question when he gets back.
I want it now.
Well, what do you get? But there's always somebody hurt. That's the thing.
Well,
like everybody cares about the line so much. By the time he's ready to come back, another guy will be hurt, and then that's the beauty of this lineup. You got so many guys you can interchange. Like you just put your fourth line center up on the second line, and it was still being a good line. Like that's the beauty of signing a guy like Lars Eller. You can move him up and down. David Perron, you can move him up and down. Like that's when you have a guy that's just a quote unquote top 6 guy that scores. You can't move that guy on the fourth line because he ain't got a forecheck.
So then but Yorkie, this is fun to do, and I'm going to do it anyway. If Ridly Greig comes back and Brady Tkachuk is in the lineup, someone's coming out. Is it Hayden Hodgson or is it Nick
100%.
Cozens?
Hodgson for sure.
Poor Cuz is staying in the lineup, Wally. Come on. Friend of the show.
I think he's been very, very good. And he should have probably scored in is that the Anaheim game? Or no, San Jose game?
Where he just goalie
on the goal line. It's Tim Stützle goes, I'll take that. Thank you. He's done it twice this year.
Yeah. That line with, and I wouldn't, once Ridley gets back, here's the difference between Ridly Greig and Brady Tkachuk. You can put Ridly Greig on the fourth line once he comes back. He hasn't really produced this year yet. No. Maybe it gets him going. I still think he's a tremendous player. He's super valuable. But imagine a fourth line with Cozens, Ridly Greig, and Lars Eller. Not a lot of fun to play against, and you could probably play them 10 to 12 minutes.
So here's a question for you guys. We're speaking about Greig. Ottawa is rumored to be like big game hunting, right? Like whether it's Friedman, talking about prospective big name players being available down the stretch. He's like, keep an eye on Ottawa. A lot of people are talking about Ottawa. You had David Pagnotta on the show yesterday. Is Greig a guy that you'd be okay with packaging if the right player came along?
Well, I'm okay with packaging anybody if the right player comes along. So if you can make your team better and not just make a move to make a move and say, oh, this player will be good, and then all of a sudden they don't fit. Like, I don't want that. I just want, if you can make your team better, I would trade anybody.
Anybody.
If you're going to trade Tim Stützle, you're bringing back like fucking Leon Draisaitl. Like, let's give it yourself a moment here. I'm just saying, if you can make your team better, you can
heard it here. Stützle for Draisaitl.
Oh.
There you go.
The German for German. German for German. Oh, Wally. Yeah. Well, it depends too. It all depends on what you're getting back. The makeup of Ottawa's team right now is they're hard to play against.
Yeah.
So if you just go out and say, we need a guy that can score, and I'll take Jordan Kyrou, for example. I don't know if he's the right fit for this team unless he starts playing a lot. Unless he starts playing a lot harder and stops cheating. He is a super. It all, and that's why you have pro scale like Steve Stais, Dave Poulin, hockey ops department here, the scouts. They know what this team is. They've already the chat's going. Wally wants Stützle traded.
That's not even what it says.
But that's the
trade Wally for Stützle.
Trade Wally. But you can't just make a trade because you think, oh, this guy's going to be a top 6. It's got to be so dependent on how's this guy going to fit in the room? How's he going to fit under the coaching style here? Is it going to be? And then you take all those elements together and you make a decision. And it's so tough to make a trade right now. Like finding, I still think, I said this yesterday, Graeme, I still think Ottawa needs to find a way to bring in a big D that can play.
Yeah. And I think that was what they were talking about. I think it was like, I think it was Friedman. I think it was Friedman mentioning like defense and forward, or the wing. I think it was like those were the two positions that he said Ottawa's exploring. That's what they want to do. They want to get like the best available talent at those positions, or at least they want to hunt for the best available talent at those positions. And it's like, like Vancouver's mentioned now that they're looking at selling off veterans. You got St. Louis, you got Nashville. I'm sure Pittsburgh would, even though they're kind of exceeding expectations right now. I think there's like a number of teams that are starting to separate themselves as buyers and sellers. And Ottawa's in a unique position, but I think like if they have to make a big move, I think it's like someone has to come off the parent roster. And if you're moving guys off the parent roster, like who are you looking at? And I think Ridly Greig is a potential enticing piece that like you might be able to move and package with a prospect or a first round pick or what have you to get what you want.
What first round pick?
There's more than just this year, Wally.
So you're not trading next year's.
Why?
Well, because if you haven't had a first round pick in 2 years, you're going
to
be
but the way I look at it though is like if this team is on an upwards trajectory and you had a big name player, this team's not going to get worse. They should theoretically only get better. Like the young core signed through so like a late first round pick isn't as like prohibitively expensive, and then you can add conditions to it as well. Like if it's a lottery pick or a top 10 pick, then you can protect yourself in that way. So I think like if you're trading a mid round pick or a late first round pick, I think that's acceptable depending on the talent coming back. I think the problem for the Senators is that if they acquire someone and they're moving a first round pick, you have to get control of the turn back. You can't just get a rental. You have to go get somebody who's going to be here for a few years.
Yeah, that's exactly the kind of guys that this management tries to go after. But hey, you mentioned Vancouver. That's a team I would be picking up the phone right now and calling. I was in Vancouver the other night. That team is awful right now, and they are.
So if that's a case where why do you want anyone on the team?
Yeah, we don't want that.
Because those are the guys. They're in panic mode. Like they switched. They got a new coach. They're still losing. Their best play, like they got too many. They got too many Elias Petterssons too. They got 3 of them. One of them has to go. I just like doing a game for those guys. It's like there's Elias Pettersson. He passes to Elias Pettersson. There's like 3 of them.
So here's a question for you. If let's say they make number 40 available, you wouldn't touch him, right?
I want Elias Pettersson, the defenseman.
Yeah,
he's big. He hasn't hit his stride yet. He's big and long, and he's got some bite in his game, and he hasn't put numbers up yet. Like it doesn't have to be him, but if you look around the league, try and find a D that's on a team that they're going to make a mistake and move the guy, and you'll capitalize on that team wanting to make a move because they have to make a change. That's how you win trades in the league right now. I'll give you a great example. Calgary made a move a couple of years ago. They brought in, people will be familiar with this guy. He used to play for the Ottawa 67s, Kevin Ball. He's 6'6", and he can play.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They were able to make a move with the Devils back then because he was just starting to get to the point where he is as a good player in the league. But those players, you're never going to get them once they get good. That's why pro scouting is so important in this league. You have to identify these players and say, hey, if he comes to us, he could be even better. Let's try and get him and offer a package. And then once we get the guy in our system, it's like when the Sens long ago picked up Zdeno Chara. It's teams have been fleecing teams forever, but that's pro scouting might be the most important facet of your organization, especially in today's game. If you're pro scout, that's a different. Look at why is Florida keep winning cups? Because their pro scouting is unreal.
Shouldn't that be the easiest as well? Shouldn't it be more so than amateur? Because like you have so many viewing opportunities. Like these guys are playing professionally.
No,
there's so much video footage. There's so much analytics data. Like that. No, in theory, that should be the easiest.
Because you need those players you're trading for right now to hit and be part of that organization, as opposed to you can wait 3, 4, or 5 years to develop that guy if you draft him. And only 40-50% of all players drafted ever make it to the NHL.
Bingo, Wally. Bingo. The draft. Everybody thinks it's the draft. The draft is so lucky. Like you don't know. Like and then it's organizations once they get their hands on these players, what they do with them. That's why hockey develop. That's why your development team is so important. And it's with players, man. You got to know what you're drafting between the years when you get these guys and their work ethic. And then, especially with the superstars, like you got to make sure when you draft these guys that they're going to be self-motivators, that they're going to be guys that are hockey nerds. Like you need hockey nerds now, like guys that just will do anything like Jake Sanderson. There's your guy. Like everybody thought he was going to be a good player, but nobody knew he was going to be to this extent. But yeah, that's back to my original point though. That's what I would be doing, trying to find guys around the league that haven't quite hit yet. And then once you get them, they're going to pop.
So, Yorkie, can I ask you then, would you make a deal for Rasmus Andersson? Is he still on that level this year?
Oh, fuck. Tremendous player.
You like him?
Player.
Does he defend well enough, Yorkie? Like he's got some offensive aptitude stuff, but does he defend well enough?
He defends, Graeme. Defends, smart player, competitor, gets under the skin of other teams' players. There's gonna be a lineup of teams that want this guy. He's not that old either. He's just I think he just turned 29. But those guys are tough to get. I personally, hey, listen, if you could get him, absolutely. He's gonna be in anybody's top 4. But I like the guys that kind of like, as mentioned, and you've scouted them, you have intel on them, you've talked to where they've come from, you know about the family, you know everything about this guy, and you know once you get your hands on him, you don't know for sure, but there's a better chance than not he's going to turn into something special for you.
All right. By the way, I know that Anderson still has his modified no trade clause.
Yeah.
I'm just asking the question. I'm just trying to think of who is out there that, right? You want someone built like Rasmus Anderson, I think, to be on that blue line.
Yeah. No, people are watching right now because he has lots of points. He's got like 10 points in the last 5 games. But it's the other facets of his game, like moving the puck, being tough to play against, playing in all situations.
Okay, so Yorkie, here I got an idea.
Though he's gotten caved this year, though, Yorkie. Just saying. But I know it's a bad team. Like I don't know.
Isn't he?
I'm just telling you, I've watched every game. Like when you watch versus even when you watch live. When you watch live, that's why teams still send scouts. Like you could very easily just watch tape, but it doesn't do some players justice. Like one of the biggest players that you watch live versus tape is Quinn Hughes. Like it is unbelievable watching him live. Like tape does not do this guy justice.
Is he a good friend of Brady?
Yeah, but Brady's friends with everybody. I've realized
all those Americans. Yeah, but I mean, if he ever
but they are very good friends. Yeah. So Yorkie, here's what I need you to do: is maybe chat with Rasmus about if there's a deal, perhaps moving the no trade clause, like just waiving it, put it in his thought bubble, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with it. That's an interesting. There's a lot of interesting scenarios around the NHL right now. What's going to happen to guys? Quinn Hughes as well. He's a UFA this summer.
Yeah, but was it Jim Rutherford who just said he's going to New Jersey or basically whatever? Like eventually going to end up with his brother.
He said he wants to play with his brothers.
Yeah, so
maybe we can trade for his brother. That's what he said. He's like, maybe I can. Like, I don't know about him going to Jersey, but maybe we can trade for his brothers. It's like,
if they lose,
tampering, like what is that?
If they lose him for nothing, that is going to cave that organization. You cannot lose that guy for nothing. You cannot. You can't lose him, period.
But that organization's gotten so toxic and like ownership down. That's probably the most dysfunctional organization in Canada right now, right? It has to be.
Yeah.
I don't know. Toronto's trying to make a run at it.
That's true. That is true. Good point.
So and I love the Toronto. So we've seen the chaos here in Ottawa when the team is sitting at the bottom and there's always some kind of storyline. You're seeing it now in Toronto, and it takes over all the headlines, and it encapsulates your team. Like now everybody's against you. It just beats you down. It is hard to win when you're getting kicked every day. Like I'm interested to see how the Leafs are going to try and come out of this.
They don't have a ton of assets either. Like they're in win now mode. They don't have a ton of assets.
Yeah, it's interesting.
They don't even have their first round pick this year, right?
No, isn't it with Boston?
Boston? I think Carlo. Yeah. I think it's the Carlo pick. But they're in a tough spot.
Quickly before we go, just an update from our good friend Frank McDougall about the Dalmatians. They were ideal companions for horse-drawn fire wagons. They calmed the horses. They cleared the path during emergencies. Dalmatians would run ahead of the fire wagon, barking to warn people and clear the streets. They guarded the horses and equipment. And then they got replaced with motorized engines in the early 1900s.
Now, question 2.
The more you know.
Why was there a fire pole in every fire hall?
Well, got to get down.
Quicker egress to get on the truck.
But why not everybody be on the
slide?
Ground, I guess.
You got a slide?
Well, why not everybody just be on the ground floor to begin with? I guess because you park the trucks down there. Not enough room,
living space. Yeah, living space.
living space. So the poles. How many times you slid down the pole, Graeme?
Ooh, I don't know, probably like 10. Because I'm not at a station with I'm not at a station with a fire pole. So like a handful of times, so like my probationary firefighter year, where it's like, you know, you work 3 months at a station, go to another station. So yeah, I was at 2 stations in my first year that had them. So yeah, probably about 10, I don't know, 10, 12 times probably.
Like when
if something goes wrong, like you wake up in the middle of the night, the last thing you want to do is slide down a pole. Just run down the stairs and go.
When you first get on the fire department, though, is that like one of the first things you do when you get to the fire hall?
Yeah, I'm thinking like I think it's when we graduated drill school. I think like that was the thing. That was the first time you could slide down the pole. So it was like, yeah, it was like a rite of passage kind of thing. So yeah, now yeah.
So old hat. No more going down the pole.
Frank McDougall has added, there are some fire poles in some bars I've been to on stages for some reason. Hey,
inverted.
Safety first. Safety first. With that, gentlemen, I got to bring this to a close. We're back Wednesday morning, I believe 9 a.m. unless Yorkie changes it. I know you're Graeme. You're back to saving lives, so we'll see you next week.
I'm back tomorrow. Thursday. I'm working. Okay.
Yeah. Thursday. Okay. All right. We'll chat later. Stay safe at those fire halls, Graeme.
Yeah.
See you, everybody.
Thanks for tuning in to Coming In Hot. If you enjoyed the show, hit that like button and be sure to subscribe to never miss an episode.